Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Wow. Incredible. All right, now, obviously, I am Jerry, and this is Kiko, and this is Eric Benson, who has committed himself to maintaining the entirety of the inner sphere.
That's probably why my brain is bleeding.
With all of its sophistication. He has modeled it all end to end in his mind. Now, because you have such powerful recall capabilities, I would love it if you could tell me what happened in the last game.
You probably don't want to love it.
Apparently it was good. This is what I heard was not only was it a great episode, I heard that you delivered a pitch perfect Jerry performance, which so I assume you cried for 45 minutes to an hour. Called your mom.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Horrible haggling.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, yeah, bad deals.
Yeah, bad deals for days.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Listen, I turned over a new leaf, but I'm saying, and obviously.
A new
The newest leaf. Well, it's actually just
the latest leaf.
But honestly, at this point, I just turned the leaf back to the original side.
It's just it's a binary leaf.
It's one leaf.
It's either a zero leaf or
It's a quantum leaf.
Exactly.
You don't know.
Yeah, you didn't know. It's a trinary leaf.
Yeah, Schrodinger's leaf.
Yeah. Now, that said, either one of you, or perhaps a combination in a choir sort of situation, let me know what happened last time. Now, you and I discussed some of the basic concepts that might occur, but I know because I have been at role-playing tables that it very rarely occurs the way we plan.
Yeah, I didn't want to take agency from you and your characters, so I wanted to say, here's what I'm planning.
Yes.
Here are things.
Exactly. And then we
Is that okay?
worked together and agreed on some stuff.
Right.
So what would you come up with?
You've got fucked.
Boned?
Yeah, real hard.
Hold on. The bone zone?
Yeah.
Roshan created a tailor-made sim that destroyed him and the crew. The ship's gone.
Is that,
Ship's gone.
is that what is? Did that?
It's like in Star Trek: The Next Generation when Data wanted to be Sherlock Holmes, and they said create a program that would be able to beat Data, and then all the energy got sucked out of the ship. Same kind of concept.
So Moriarty
Is now one of the characters.
it owns Black Remnant.
Yeah.
So
Well, honestly, I suspect he'll make better deals. Moriarty has a reputation for acumen in business and indeed every form of human endeavor. So
You had a conversation with Burnout, which actually didn't play out yet.
yeah,
But you did have a conversation with Burnout after your last fight.
Right.
After which you then somewhat sulked over and asked Roshan for aid. And Roshan took you into the simulator
help. Yeah.
where a battle commenced. This was a 5v5 mech battle where you were piloting the Flashman again.
Okay.
And
like the Flashman.
yet again, the Flashman got destroyed
You know
as
what's
the first
funny?
mech.
It's starting to get to the point where it's like there's something in this timeline that simply can't be modified. And it's like if Stavren in Flashman...
not even theory or fiction can this
proof.
can this course of events
Redound to my benefit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was really midway through the battle. So as your Flashman was destroyed, Roshan just heard a smash against the wall of the simulator coming from your cabin. And then Roshan finished out the scenario, getting wiped off the map.
Okay, so you made something filthy nasty that even Roshan couldn't manage.
I can roll shit.
Oh, okay.
No, it was rolled. It came down to rolls.
Because we put, let's ballpark it, 8 million C-bills into this gunnery stat, and you were not able to deliver, you were not able to put it down range.
No.
Okay.
These were not good rolls.
Okay, well,
There were no good rolls here, and I think
Very good rolls.
Eric missed once or
Eric's-
twice.
yeah, that's honestly, like, that's his secret.
The ASP lasted 1 turn and did not get to fire a shot.
What? Listen,
It's very big.
Okay, in my defense, he brought the Aspen, and then I just had 3 mechs that surrounded it. I'm not saying there's some strategy involved here, but
But
when
they came in.
it's
They
three-
came in fast.
Tactics, phenomenal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great tactics.
And incredible gunnery. That's what it sounds like to
Yeah.
me. Okay, so, I mean, how does Roshan feel about that?
We haven't gotten there yet. We left off with you stepping out of the simulator, and
Having destroyed yet another flashman?
probably the neural helmet inside.
Oh, potentially.
Yeah. So you step out of the simulator and you see Burnout initially,
Yeah.
and he's just nodding at you, and
I'll give him the thumbs up.
it kind of brings you back to the immediate conversation that you had with him right before
Yeah.
going into the simulator and asking for Roshan's help, and you two were sitting at the Atlas bar,
Yeah, absolutely.
and he just says, he's looking at you, he slides you a drink, and he says, listen, kid, none of this is easy.
Well, I think it might be easier for other people. I think that I agree with you that obviously that the life we're trying to scrape together out here would have challenges for anybody. But I feel like I could put a cat or a dog into this cockpit and get better results than when I'm in it. Maybe a bird.
Sure.
I don't know how the neuro helmet works. Like, it would be very small.
Listen, running a ship, running a company, piloting a mech, you're not good at it overnight. Think about that.
I have been thinking about that. That's where the problem is.
Yeah, I get it.
I got to get good at least one of these things.
Listen, you only learn through failure, kid.
Well,
Listen, I was not perfect all the time. I was good. I was good most of the time, but not all the time. But
I heard good things.
yeah, I mean, listen. The only reason I'm so hard on you is because I want you to, succeed.
But what's the next step? I can't keep going downside and leaving 10 million C-bills on the ground every time I do it.
Well, I think this is where you swallow your pride a little bit and go over and ask Roshan for some help.
I'm not doing it.
No, you're gonna do it.
I won't.
Get in the simulator with him.
No, and I'm going to leave and immediately go to Roshan and ask for this help. It's like, but that's ridiculous. I should emphasize it more on the head end. Burnout. This is my ship. This is my home. It's my company. I say how it's going to go. And then the very next scene is me talking to Roshan.
And that's where your sim battle began.
Yeah.
And that scene fades, and you just see Burnout nodding at you as you walk out of the sim again, having your flashman destroyed.
Yeah, and it's like sparks.
Yeah.
The neuro helmet has it's got a tasteless scuff along the side. A couple wires are gone out the back. Information's not going where it's supposed to go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pick it up and just set it down inside the simulator. Just let it rest there. Look around. I mean, hopefully someone will think that someone else did it. Maybe one of the bots. There's got to be somebody I can put this on. First, I'm going to say Zizi. I'm just going to look around and just shout into the hold.
Oh no, she's sitting in a chair, watching the screen, eating food.
Oh, she's just watching TV, basically.
No, she was watching you.
Well, no, exactly. I'm saying that she's just enjoying herself.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, Stavren had hacked the monitors.
Oh, it's true. He hacked the monitor.
Tell me about the monitor hacking. It sounds like me.
You didn't want anybody to watch.
That's really funny. Honestly, That is legitimate. She's just waiting for it to come back on. But it's like he hacked it to be like, signal will resume shortly. So she's just never left.
Yeah.
She's just still sitting there enjoying it.
But what Zigzag does see is as Stavren, just gingerly leaves the pod. On the other hand, Roshan just sort of throws the neural helmet
Roshan?
back into the pod and
Doesn't set it gently down?
doesn't look at anyone
Jesus.
He's like, uh-oh.
and leaves the bay.
Okay. All right. That's new.
Hey, boss, I think you
Teen behavior.
might want to go say something.
First of all, that's what I was going to do, but now you told me to do it. Now I don't want to. Second of all, I'll go do it in a sec. Third of all, something happened to this neural helmet. I don't know what it is. I think that it might be connected with what's happening on the screen. I think that there's some kind of a signal disconnect. I'll deactivate my hacks real quick and say, there's something wrong with this helmet, I think. I don't know if the signal's getting through. That's almost certainly...
I'll check it out.
I would say I'm 100% convinced that that's why you weren't able to watch the battle.
Ah, okay.
It has to do
I'll
with
check
this.
it out.
It has to do with this neural helmet. Well, listen.
Oh, I got to see a check on this one.
It would not be hard. Actually, I'm ready to go. I got +3 on this. Let's get it. How about 9?
Okay. So she's like, yeah, I'll
You convinced the teenager.
The teenage girl who doesn't really give a shit and would want to fix it anyway.
I'll get to it in a bit. I'll look at it in a bit. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's just some kind of wiring.
Yeah, it's like it's gonna look like somebody threw it, but it's like that didn't happen, and so who knows what happened? It's crazy. I'm just talking to myself as I wander out of the bay. Honestly,
And as you wander out of the bay, you just hear the clank, clank, clank of
enemy battle mechs.
of the of
shit.
Zigzag's boots as she walks up the
yeah.
simulator, walks in, and she's like, "What the shit?
Yeah, I say yeah.
There's nothing.
That's what I said.
It's snapped in two.
Yeah, it looks.
There's two pieces of the helmet.
It looks like someone threw it, but that didn't happen. And now I'm on top of the mezzanine layer, looking down.
And you just see one half of the helmet come flying out of the simulator.
Yeah.
What was that?
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
The
Ghosts.
special edition.
Yeah, exactly.
Zigzag
from the
special
gauntlet.
edition.
From the Gauntlet V7, I say, listen, I've told you this for years. The Calypso's haunted. The veil is thin. And I'll turn around and go up into the... I'll just turn around and go back up into the Roshan hole, where I assume he is assumed a fetal position, but I guess we'll see.
Sean, what are you doing?
There's a gentle knock at the pressure door.
There's no response.
What? What do you mean there's no response? All right. I'll say, just like through the door, I'll say, Mr. Cole.
No response.
I'm probably gonna have to override the door. So but now I gotta go to use the terminal. I gotta go into my room, and the door is, let's say, 3 minutes. The door is stuck again. I eventually gotta like push super hard and like just crawl through the crack.
Of your door?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, because it's broken still.
it's broken, and then I gotta go. But I'm gonna pull up the full Calypso controls. I gotta override Roshan Cole's door, and then I'll tuck myself. I'll squeeze myself as though from a tube back through the door.
Okay.
Was it computers?
Yep.
4 plus
You cannot
3.
You cannot operate your own ship.
This is already hateful content. This is anti-Stavren propaganda, and I won't stand for it. But now I think this computer is fucked up. So I'm gonna go up into the front and see if Burnout can access it from his terminal up there.
Okay.
So there's something messed up.
And he's sitting there smoking a cigar.
Yeah, I say there's something messed up with my terminal. It's complete. It's broken. I think
Burnout hears someone enter.
Oh,
And he just says, Roshan's not in his quarters.
no. But that's. I go up to like the little window that looks out into space. I'm like, but those are his quarters.
He just says, try Kenji's.
Because he started drinking. Oh, Kenji's old quarters. Ooh. All right. Okay. Okay. So now I understand that we're at a different point. This is something has shifted here. I will go and knock on.
Will you shut up and just go?
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna go and knock on Kenji's door instead.
The door's already like it's
just in a halfway
open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's he doing in here? I'm just gonna look at him for a sec. Him.
Roshan is on the floor, facing the bulkhead opposite the entrance.
In a meditative stance?
Meditating.
Yeah. Well, I have seen this before. I saw this, on. But
I'm sorry, Commander, I failed.
Oh, I don't know if that's true. Kid, look, at least when you fail in there, it doesn't cost us, 10 figures.
But what if it does next time?
2 points. I'm going to sit down next to him and face the opposite wall
I hope you use the right points.
and adopt a meditative stance because I was down there too. First of all, that is not your job. Worrying about that is not your job. It's my job. So let me do that part. 2, I need your help.
Oh.
I need your help. I don't think commanding our forces in the field is. I don't think I could do that as well as you. I think we have to figure out a way for each of us to do what we're best at. And that might mean that things work differently. And I know that you don't like it when things change, but I think that you can agree with me that somebody else could do this better. I think that's you.
So what's funny is Roshan already knows this.
Yeah, of course he does.
And this isn't like you're
It's not new info for him.
No, but it's he doesn't know that this is entirely for you. That you're basically talking to yourself right now. That this is Stavren coming to terms
with it. Yeah, and he's just there.
Yes,
This is what they call-
Roshan is just there.
This is what we call parallel play among young people.
And so Roshan has already started tuning it out just because he knows what's happening.
And I've known him. I mean, I've known this kid forever.
Right, but I'm trying to. How would Roshan get to what he's really struggling with, which is not actually.
Well, we have lots of chips. I mean, we can go crazy here. We don't want to give him too many, but
So Roshan
I beg to differ.
waits for you to finish,
yeah.
and he says, "I've washed out of the games before."
What?
What?
Okay, so it's like before the conversation is like, and it's like in terms of like how it's shot for the show. Obviously, Amazon is sniffing around, but the way that it's shot during the show is just like it shows my face, and I'm like talking to the camera, and then it like flips and it shows the opposite, and. When you say that, like now, Stavren just like turns his head, like turns his head to the left, and he says, "You did what?"
Why will this time be different?
No, I say no. Run it back. You've washed out of the games?
Yes.
You hear over the microphone, burnout. He did what?
God damn it! I turn the manual. I go to the manual communication. I turn it off to this room.
There's no reason why you would know this because Roshan
exactly.
does not talk about himself.
Ever.
And
Ever.
like
no, exactly. This is
like,
what I'm saying. Like, this is actually fucking. This is what my youngest girl would call lore. But we would also call it lore because it's the same word. Now, Stavren is shocked by this, and he's shocked by this for a couple reasons. One, it's new information, and this is like the one thing they have discussed, and this never came up.
Right.
Two, I got a lot of money riding on this fucking kid.
So now you know why Roshan is upset.
Yeah, exactly. So, the head is just like twisted to the left. I said, when were you washed out of one of the feeder leagues?
From one of the feeder leagues on Solaris.
I get up and I lay down in Roshan's bed.
No, Kenji's bed.
In Kenji's bed. I'm gonna lay down there and I'm just gonna look up at the ceiling from the pillow because it's all done perfectly in there. Let's just say canonically, Kenji keeps a very tidy room, and it's been perfect ever since. And Stavren says, think about everything you've learned since then. Think about how long we have done missions together. Think about how much time you've spent in the simulator. And now I know why. Now I know what you're running from.
I like to think that like everything's locking into place.
Yeah.
Like all the posters of the Mechwarrior jobs.
Again, I'm back on the bed and I'm looking around and I'm seeing all this stuff and I'm starting to see the dates.
And then you like finally
from when
like
they're from.
where your father found this weird ass kid.
Right. At a dark time, right? In his family. Like now it's all situated together. Oh no. Now, God, the games are probably correlated at some level in his head with the jump accident.
It's
Going back there, like Stavren thinks he's fixing things.
Yeah. So that's I guess I'm gonna keep that to myself now.
Yeah, exactly. No, file it away. But now,
eventually you will learn about.
No, but I'm saying that
how
like,
he ended up there.
I've spent 3 chips, and Kiko has to tell me all of his rich lore. No, but anyway, so the specifics aren't the big deal. What Stavren is starting to realize is that he happened to come into Roshan's life, and all of these things are probably together. In his mind, he's like, this is it. This is where we want to go. We want to head over here. There's a real arc for this kid that we can manifest here. And now he's like, now what he's done is he's found like the only thing that Roshan's probably actually terrified of.
Mm-hmm.
Like being there again is, again, I've bent every part of this like young mercenary organization.
In the sim,
yeah.
previously, only one enemy mech was destroyed.
No, I was going to say, dude, and then this would be the best part. So it's like, this is sort of like a usual suspects thing. You know, in Stavren's mind, he is just thinking that he's planning, and I know we know that he is sort of like a scenario creator genius. Mm-hmm. He has a creator code Cole. But it's like if you actually like look at it, he is just fighting the same fight over and over again, like the same fight against a specific target. Okay, so now that we understand this, and
the montage
is trailing away.
trails away.
Stavren says, "Who was it?"
I wrote down the name.
I was going to say, is it Dirk Jester?
It's Dirk Jester.
One of our most powerful IPs.
It wasn't Dirk Jester.
I don't know. Did you
Dirk
canonize
Jester.
that?
Yeah, it is Dirk Jester.
It's actually Dirk Jester? Oh, shit.
In the Blood Asp.
What, Dirk Jester in the library with the Blood Asp? Oh, no. God, so like the posters and stuff? It's like, oh my God. And Stavren is gonna say, break it down for me. Break down the fight. And we can come up with all of this right here, but it'd be cool to have something like a canonical version of the failure, right?
It wasn't so much Roshan lost the fight.
Yeah.
So Roshan is describing what happened.
Yeah.
But what Stavren picks up from it
From the details?
From the details, because of the way that Roshan communicates.
Yeah.
What actually happened was because it's the Solaris games. Like
Exactly.
it's not
It's the
just
apex.
talent.
No. It's
You
like
have
F1.
to. You're a product.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that's what I mean. It's like F1. You're part of an operation.
Yes. You are this. There's a total package that has to be firing at all cylinders in order for you to be a success in that environment.
Right.
And you knowing who Roshan is.
And I also know where the problems would be when it comes time to do that interview, right? When it comes time to be the product,
Yeah.
there's going to be parts of this that are, for him, it's the opposite of what he does in the cockpit, right?
Roshan had worked his way up the ranks, obviously because the skill was there,
Yeah, the talent.
but this exhibition match, sort of like there's something called the FA Cup in
In football?
the UK in football,
Yeah.
where you have Premier League teams playing these sub-league teams.
Let's just say what we're all thinking. It's Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul.
Yeah, but in that story, Roshan wins.
Yeah.
I see. So they're going through, and it's a hype match.
Yeah, it's just an exhibition match. It's not a part of the
The
regular
normal season.
circuit. It's Dirk Jester, who is a figurehead in the current leagues, coming down to these feeder leagues and just doing an
Slumming.
exhibition match. Just
Yeah,
it's exciting. It's new. It's different.
exactly. Get some new house.
And it was a close match. And Dirk was annoyed by this.
Oh God! So there is an angle there. It wasn't supposed to be close.
It wasn't supposed to be close.
Oh my God! And so now Stavren is like, you went up against a demigod, and it was close. And that honestly, like, that's what occurs to him in his mind. But now he's just going to sit up in
But
the bed.
Roshan isn't.
No.
Roshan isn't.
He's not like other girls.
Roshan's not giving you. He's giving you the nuts and bolts of what's happened.
Yeah.
He's describing this whole fight, and you are connecting this dude on the poster.
Yeah.
Almost getting his clock cleaned by this no-name kid, and it all.
But
all
he's not
happened.
thinking about the machine.
No.
He isn't thinking about the promotional thing. He's not thinking. Honestly, you know what's crazy? Is that he wouldn't be able to process it or understand it. But the news stories that would have come out at that time would have been very positive. The disappearance of this promising pilot is probably a matter of some discussion.
So Roshan finishes his description of the bout.
Yeah.
Dirk does pull it out, and only sort of a top-down quick recap of the post game, which
He has not filed in any reasonable way.
But you know that Dirk basically character assassinates Roshan as a product.
That's what happens. This is, you can't invest in this kid.
No.
He goes ugly.
Yeah.
Behind the stage.
Because the match was so close. And Roshan only knows
that the sponsors and the system.
everything started to dry up. All of a sudden, his opportunities started to close.
He couldn't get in the cockpit anymore.
But you know what really happened.
Oh no, it's obvious to Stavren.
It's obvious to everyone who Roshan would tell the story to. But Roshan only knows that he lost this exhibition match. And even Roshan has an inkling that he's not like these other
pilots.
pilots.
He's in a different place. Yeah, and he has a different.
So he
purpose.
knows that there, but he also knows that there's something missing. He knows that he would struggle with being a product. But that's not the main reason.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
he thinks.
Yeah.
So Roshan finishes the story, and says that he finishes the story, and I guess waits for your response.
Yeah. So I'm gonna slide over. I'm gonna just kick my feet over off to the side of the bunk, and Roshan is still staring at the wall. Would be my guess. He's still.
He hasn't moved. He hasn't budged.
No. He's still in his state. So has he recited all of this information with his eyes closed?
Yes.
Has he essentially not left the meditative position?
Yeah. He while reciting this stuff, he's still replaying the previous simulator fight.
Yeah. 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 So, I mean, I understand that it may not mean much coming from me, a man who leaves tens of $millions worth of wreckage in his wake. But I'm not going to be the one in this mech. You're going to be the one in this mech. And this entire planet is going to feel stupid for letting you go. And I'm going to stand up, I'm going to leave the room, and I'm just going to turn back over my shoulder and say, I wasn't there last time. Now you're entering an arena where I'm an apex predator. I've never made a bad deal. It's never happened once. Just knock a couple times on the door on my way out. It's like, now I see the whole thing. I'm going to head back into...
Before you leave,
Yeah.
Roshan calls, he's Commander.
Field commander?
Did you give yourself a promotion?
No. I'm giving Roshan a promotion.
Still in the same position, still with the eyes closed. How do I be in the poster?
What a fucking Kiko. God. Hang on a second. Let me... That is so cool. That's just incredibly cool. And before I leave, I say, we put you on one. And I'm going to head back to my room, and I'm going to start piecing together just over the, HPG data network. I'm going to start building up the profile with what I know now, just doing research about when he had this other turn in the games. And
do you want to make a check for that?
Oh yeah, for sure. But we can dig into it with computers if we want. I imagine that computers is roughly the equivalent of Google Foo. We are looking at 13.
Kiko has to give you two pieces of information about those games that you asked.
Oh, okay. Well, here let's pull it together here. So, who were you represented by? That's what I want to know, because they're going to be a rival. When we come back into town, the previous stable is going to be a problem. They're going to feel like, especially once we start to climb up the ranks, they're going to feel like this is the one that they let got away, and they're already engaged in skullduggery, right? Mm-hmm. So do we need to come up with a
we need to come up with
name
a cool
for that
name.
org?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, there's lots of cool stuff. So this is like a team name, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jerry, you're the name guy. Yeah.
No, I love it. Let's just let's call them Tiamat. And so imagine that their posters have got like their 5 big. It's like the group.
Hydra.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. It's like the five mechs, the 5 pilots.
Yeah,
they're stable,
all just like.
Yeah, exactly. Their stable only ever has 5 pilots.
Right.
Like there's no
It's like
there's no
Menudo.
backlog. Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
This is part of the brand. They're like a combination of like a boy band and. In terms of branding, it's like, look at these the guys who drive these F1 cars, they're like models. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that's the same thing that's happening here. Tiamat represents the apex, not just of on-field performance, outside of, maybe this is how he was able to flex on Tiamat, how Dirk Jester was able to flex on Tiamat, because he was himself. This is like his final career after he leaves and goes out on his own. Like he does that solo album, right? So I think that that's what happened. I think that he was able to use his.
He tried to Timberlake it.
This is exactly who this person is. This is Justin Timberlake, right? He comes in. Dirk Jester has become amazingly cool. Like the lore is starting to get rich, but no. So this is like, so he is out there, but of course he's still got all the ties, all the hookups, and he uses it to essentially engage in a rat fucking operation that destroys this young potential, and doesn't just destroy him then, like runs him completely out of town. It makes the career that he's like destined for impossible. And so there we go. So the current version, of course, like they've got all their different colors, and it'll be all the same chromatic dragon colors. Once it comes time to actually make them up and put Roshan in the fight against them, we'll go crazy on the different colors. Each one of them we'll have the blue one and the white one and the red one and the black one and the green one. Like it's gonna be like trying to beat the Final Four. So that's it. And there's gonna be that Tiamat has got a great logo, right? I mean, we can all see it. And their poster, like the stuff I'm pulling up, is just like every part of it. And it's like, it should be a situation where they literally have released a single. And I'm not making a joke. Like Tiamat should be the worst. Like it should be end to end branding. And so we have a couple different threats, like tabs. Like there's a few different flank maneuvers that Black Remnant is going to be operating in. And so it's like, I've already broken it down. I've already broken it down over here. I'm already starting to take quick notes about, it's like when we land there, we want to land, like we want to hit the ground running. So I'll start talking to our other tab partners that are, of just only a few jumps away around in this area, because it sounds like this new kid was already starting to build it up. We want to land with the full operation, end to end, Black Remnant, and we don't want any, but we're going to say that we're looking for new pilots, right? Mechwarriors wanted. Like, when we land, I want all of this extra work that we've done to bespeak us when we start to make these deals. People will already have heard about some of the basic ideas. And, is there, so the second thing that I'm going to say,
you can get one more piece of
this is what I'm
lore
saying.
from Roshan
Exactly.
out of the computer database.
Exactly. So this is what I want to know. Was Stavren correct? Is there some mystery about Roshan Cole's disappearance, or was the character assassination so complete that became the story instead?
People would, so because it's Solaris, like, this is
sports talk radio
all the time. Like,
people they come in, they wash out.
There would definitely be people who would have an inkling, like would be able to sort of,
like the best writers,
right? But it wasn't a big deal. Like, it was typical, typical Dirk Jester. Like,
bullshit, right? So here's what I want to do. There's gonna be there's always somebody. It's like, for me, like sports media, like IRL. It's not really something that I digest very much. There is a whole infrastructure ecosystem around this. And it's like, when I listen to the Birds, I listen to them on the home station. I listen to the local radio broadcast, which I think is more fun than watching the video version of the show, right? So there is, I'm going to put a chip in. He's getting on in years now. He's an older gentleman. Can I borrow your pen real quick for your pencil? All right, his name.
Holy shit, put it on the back.
Yeah. His name is... I like him to have a weird first name. His first name is Chamber, and his last name is Boggs. And he is the sort of known entity. He loves to, his fascination, obviously he covers all of it. He's like a color commentator. He thinks that the games used to be more about skill and less about the brands, right? He feels like the games have lost a little something. So Chamber Boggs is the guy who identified Roshan, wrote the articles on the way up. He's still hoping that he's coming back.
Right.
And because he's like, that represents the sport to me.
Yeah.
Like, I saw something special in this match, and then I never saw him again. And he's just been holding out hope. And then Stavren is just, but Stavren has found this article. It's like, coal-fired performance, right? He just loves him. He's always going back, and he writes an article like on the day of that fight. He like writes an article that specializes in like this new crop coming up, and Stavren is gonna send him a mail. And the mail is just going to say, I'm Stavren Otho of the Black Remnant. I'm currently managing Roshan Cole, and I think that he has a real future in these games, and I'm wondering if you would like an exclusive interview, which of course I will write. End to end.
Done.
Chamber Boggs. He's just a coot, you know what I mean? He's just a coot. He hates it. He hates how flashy it's all become.
Amazing.
Yeah, Cham Radio. Loud Rooster Loud. It's Cham Radio is one of his shows that he does. But I think that's it. Now we have got a surprisingly elaborate background for this piece of information you just came out.
Black Remnant into F1.
Yeah, well, we turned it. No, it's exactly what you wanted the whole time. We turned it into a sports anime. We turned it into Haikyuu, Prince of Tennis. You know what the Japanese word for basketball is? Basketball.
Basketball?
Yeah, it's basketball. You know what the Japanese word for mineral water is? Mineraru water. I was surprised to learn that. But that's the word. I thought it was mizu. Nope.
That's water.
Nope. Maverick thinks about yourself. No. So he probably subbed off that Japanese content. But anyway, so now we've got it. Now we've got it completely dialed in. I've sent out that mail. I'm done for the day.
And you hear over the comms again, Commander, can I see you on the bridge?
And I'm like, I wonder if he's talking about Roshan Cole, the field commander. Well, I'll go up and see. Yeah, so I'll stomp up those last few stairs up into the up into the bridge.
Yep, and Burnhouse is sitting there, kind of staring off into space, smoking a cigar.
Yeah, but, I'll come in because then I'll grab my little buddy, jump seat hat, like the crew cap. I'm saying, you need a break?
No, I just want to know,
Yeah.
what are you thinking right now?
About which thing? You have to understand, I got plans within plans.
Yeah.
So did Burnout listen to the whole conversation?
No, he cut the comms off.
Okay.
This is, what do you think's going to happen when you put your mother and Logan into the same space? What are you trying to accomplish with that?
God, there's so many threads
I know.
on this sports planet.
Yes, I know. We've dialed it all in. And I say, well, we have to, it sounds like you're getting stressed out. You need to.
No, I just want to know what's going through your head.
Well,
I want to know why you think this is a good idea.
Well,
Can't wait for Team Bounty Hunter.
Yeah. For me, the best case scenario is that it's sort of a matter-antimatter situation. My guess is they'll come into contact, there'll be a flash of light, and then it'll be over. That's my guess. And I think there's a reasonable chance, 60 to 70% chance, that they simply cannot exist in the same space at the same time. They'll be annihilated, and it won't answer all my questions, but it will answer some.
What questions are you trying to figure out?
Well, I understand that she left because she said that she wasn't feeling safe on the ship.
Yeah.
And I have some reason to believe that there's some
Logan's an asshole.
I don't disagree with that. I have some reason to believe that he may know more about my father's death than he's let on.
Yeah, he's probably the one that caused it.
I'm tired of wondering. I'm going to put them in a room, and whatever else happens, I'll know something I don't know now. This can't be my life. My life can't just be a kind of satellite around this family. I need someone to tell me something. And they've made me force the issue.
Fair enough.
But still, though, do you need a break? You look tired.
Well,
You got these big bags.
If you had somebody hunting you down, you might be a little tired.
You got these big bags. Yeah, but listen, he already tried to hunt you down. You keep freaking out about this. I'm going to stand up and hold forth a bit here just stomp around and pace. It's like there's a shot that's outside, like through the window, but there's no sound in space.
It's just
and you just see him doing his performance. But it's like the line just cuts out while the camera is external to the ship. And then comes right back, but you haven't missed anything. It's Stavren. It's all bullshit. And he's like, look, we have a chunk of the bounty hunter's mech in the basement. It's just laying around down there. And the reason we have it is because he thought he had you dead to rights. She thought she had you dead to rights. No one knows. Very mysterious. Okay? Whoa! They thought they had you dead to rights, and they didn't. They didn't.
Are you done now?
Historically, no. It often goes on like this for 15 to 20 more minutes, but out of, because like I said, it seems like you could probably use a nap. I'm not going to hold forth anymore.
Yeah. Well, one last thing then. We're coming up on the reaches soon, but if something happens to me,
nothing's going to happen to you, but yes,
I want you to take care of Zigzag.
Zigzag?
Yeah. They're the closest thing to the family she's got.
Like, I'm going to have to think about that one.
You have to think about that one?
No, these are jokes, old man. You really are tired. You have to go to bed. You have to go to bed right away. You're falling apart. And you got to have your best foot forward the next time you defeat the bounty hunter. Do a little flashy. Last time it was a little, Next time give him a show. You had plenty of gas in the tank. They ran away into the woods. That's how it, maybe you don't remember. They ran away into the woods. That's how the last fight went, and that's how the next fight's gonna go.
The whole hangar is just going to be covered in
bounty
hunter emblems.
And here's the deal. Now, obviously, I'd be willing to cut you in on some of it, but a lot of times we have to take a lot of different jokes. We got to come in here. We got to deal with these jape masters, these jongleurs. We got to take a bunch of crazy jobs and do all this stuff. This is the job that reliably comes to us each time. Free salvage.
No one's ever been able to. What?
No one has ever been able to mine an opponent like this. you basically are going to have the bounty hunter on farm. And that means great drops every time. I mean, millions of dollars in salvage. We can pull another one of these, C-bill plates off each time. This is a money-making opportunity. It's like a farm.
I'm going to bed. This is ridiculous.
That's what I've been fucking telling you to do. So I'm gonna go back. I'll sit in the pilot's chair because I have some skill. We talked about it last time, but it was in a more somber moment where he was worried about it before. But the truth is, we already, he's gassing him up a little bit, but also there's not a universe. Stavren can't conceive of a universe where there's no burnout. That's like the least. It doesn't make any sense at all. It's an unreal thing, right? It's like Mickey Mouse might come onto the ship. It's like that level of completely ridiculous crap, and he just he has bigger fish to fry, right? To him, he's like, well, yeah, this is Burnout's a hero. He gets in a mech, and other mechs fall over. Like that's the system. So he's just like, I just tighten my cap real quick. Take a look at all of our telemetry. Make sure we're all dialed in. Just run it the way he taught.
Yeah, it was already on autopilot.
Oh yeah, for sure. yeah, exactly. It's just like he's like sees the autopilot. Oh, it just kicks back. It's like this is great. This is incredible stuff. Is there any? I'm gonna dig around. I'm gonna try to find the secret stash.
Make me a perception.
These are Anton there. Ooh. 9, please.
Okay, yeah, you find a box that, as you're pushing panels.
Yeah, on the side. One is a little loose.
And it's just like, you could just tap it and it falls over.
Oh.
Now, were these previously drenched?
He might have had to dry them out.
When the Atlas bar was flooded.
Yeah, there was some mush. Do they seem reconstituted, or does this seem like a
Or is
premium
this a
stash?
secret?
Yeah, no, this is something special.
Double secret.
And you can pull it out, and
Yeah.
you just hear as it decompresses and air pressure comes out of the box, and the cap slides open, and you can tell me what's in the box.
I'm going to put a chip in.
Okay.
It says, "No way, you son of a bitch." They're like, there. I'm going to close the lid back up.
Is it empty?
Yeah.
Okay. It's just a note.
He knows I'm on the prowl now. I'll just take it. I'll try to insert it back up in there as clean as I can. Close the little lapping on the wall. Kind of try to get it situated.
You rub off your fingerprints.
Exactly. No.
Eventually, there's going to be some cigars in there.
I'm gonna try. I love it. It's a trap. I fell for the trap. All right, we did it. Now, but yeah, I mean, I'll just, while he's taking a rest, I'll be the, I'll handle any surprise piloting that needs to occur.
Yeah, actually, you're getting nothing really comes from your time on the bridge.
Yeah. I just want to make sure there's somebody up there. Like, I mean, he'd have a hard time with it.
You also just got a huge download.
Oh yeah.
So there's a lot of thinking time that needs to happen, and being alone on a bridge is on
It's
autopilot.
perfect. It's perfect.
Is
Oh yeah,
good
yeah.
For
Yeah. So, but there has to be there's got to be the montage in there where Stavren is there with the hat, and like he's just like sort of pacing. It's like the camera starts a fair bit away from that front window, and it's just slowly zooming in, and you just see Stavren pacing back and forth in front of the window. And then you just start to hear the sound of the Solaris crowds as Stavren cracks a smile underneath the hat. Yeah, he's very, very excited about this new era. He thinks this is going to be it. He thinks this is going to work.
And that's where the scene ends.
Yeah.
And another 2 jumps later, you hear Burnout over the comms. He says, "Sir, Commander, we are arriving. Would you come to the bridge?"
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'll make my way up there. I'll stub my toe on the steps on the way up. Kind of limp into the cockpit.
And he motions you over to the nav screen, and you see different parts of the reaches of Solaris on the screen. He says, "Listen, here's the best game plan that I can come out with. You want to stay out of sight, so what we do is we go through touchdown on Roland Fields. Roland Fields used to be an old testing ground for teams and for stables and mech design firms test out mechs. That's not where we're going to stay.
No?
Calypso will stay there. We'll make our way, it's a little northeast of where we want to be. We'll make our way down into the outskirts of Bergton. Rough and tumble city, but I'm sure we can find some. There used to be an old arena there called the Salvage Yards. Not used anymore. We can store everything in there. Nobody's going to be looking for us in that place. Sound good?
Yes.
I'm glad you came up with the idea.
Yeah, I was just trying to find a way to steal the idea. I say, no, this looks good. See, after you take a nap, right? Fresh, mind engaged. I love it. Self-care, all right? It's part of the system. It's part of what makes it work.
You're not getting any younger.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So, first plan, we settle down with the Calypso on these fields that used to be a testing area. Then we sort of get situated with the salvage yard so that we can get access to a stable for our battle mechs and hide them in there.
Just filthy stables.
Oh, no, it's not going to be good, dude.
Well, you had made the plan that you're going to hide your mechs in...
is it a derelict arena?
In a derelict arena.
Okay, got it.
You wanted a place that was run down to hide your mechs.
Right.
This is perfect.
So that it's not in use.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's fallow. But we'll be able to, and ZZ will be able to get it dialed in.
Yeah.
So, and the ship breaks atmo.
Yeah.
And you see running across the landscape. This is a green area, green fields.
Oh yeah, it's like the wind is
Burnout's like
giving the strange patterns.
Don't let this fool you. This is a dangerous area. You've got gangs. You've got anything you can think of. You've got stables coming out to fight, and you've got what the fuck?
He's like looking down at the scanner.
And he's looking at the
window?
field.
Yeah.
And all you can see is a mech that you've seen time and time again as the VTOL system hovers on the field, over the field, and you see a man sitting atop of his mech, and it's Rufus Hill. And it's the lone mech in this field.
And Stavren like slaps the glass. He's like, Rufus.
I'm sorry, is it Zill now? Is that what we're calling it?
I just call him Rufus because I can't keep track of the rest of it. Say, Burnout, it's Rufus.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's Rufus.
Yeah.
I'll get on the...
This is the worst of all possible outcomes.
I'll get on the external speaker and I say, okay, which Rufus is it now?
What are you talking about? It's always been Rufus Till.
I love it.
Stavvy, what are you doing here?
Did you go all the way through the back and then come back around?
I don't know what you're talking about, Stavvy. What are you doing here? Come on.
hell?
This is. I'm down here to take over Solaris 7.
What the fuck you doing out here in the Reaches? That's the Solaris City's that way.
Why are you here?
Do we have to have this giant conversation where I keep screaming at your ship?
It works great for me, but I'm willing to come out.
Okay.
So when he lands, I'm like running down the thing like this is the best possible news. The only issue is that Calamity does tend to follow Rufus.
Tend?
And so this is why I put Rufus over here. And then I'm doing things over here, but Rufus is here. But it's just for his own benefit, it's probably worth checking in with him just to see if there's some way we can help. And I'm going to come out there. It's like waist-high savanna grasses or something. And he's still up on his mech. And I'm like, Rufus, I was sort of hoping this would be top secret. I'm disturbed at your ability to materialize in the strangest places, but I'm also very happy to see you.
Yeah, listen, and he makes his way down the mech. You see him slide down. Yeah. He's like, listen, kid, how do I explain this one?
Yeah. Well, I'm ready to hear it.
Listen, my crew's out doing things, they're doing big things.
Oh yeah,
right?
The biggest things.
Yeah, they're all out making, sea bills.
Corvin and Nadia.
Yes, exactly. Till's Vengeance.
Yeah. Till's Vengeance. Till's Vengeance is out there.
They're making bills.
Yeah, listen. So I decided I needed to hide out. I figured this would be a good place to do it. They'll be back sometime, I'm sure. Yeah, yep. But
as I look back at Burnout, like in the window, like he says to him, okay. Yeah, but like, why here? Like, why right here?
Why are you here?
I'm doing a bunch of stuff. I already told you. I'm gonna set this world ablaze, not in a martial way.
Yeah, why would you come all the way?
With the power of
the only
branding.
reason somebody comes out here is because they don't want to be found.
Brother.
Right now, I don't want to be found.
Well, listen, and we found each other as a result.
Right.
I mean, it's for the best. We're gonna post up out here for a
Listen,
little
Till's
while.
Vengeance is not going to be found.
Well, no, you have to understand. You have to understand. And I get a little bit closer. Get a little bit closer to him, and I'm like covering my mouth. I'm like, Burnout knows I'm talking about him, just because of all the thinking. I'm like, and it's like, so we had a run in. It's like I don't think it's a big deal. In fact, I know it's not a big deal because we've already beaten them once, but. There's a little bit of a price on Burnout's head, like not.
Oh, so that's not a big deal.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying too.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay.
And
that's this is the best part. We've already beaten him once before.
Oh, that's great. That's fine.
Exactly,
No big deal.
Right? Yeah. The bounty hunter.
The what?
Is that?
No, fuck no. Nope. And you just see Hilt just start climbing up the mech. He's like, nope. It's been fun.
No, we already beat him.
Been
already.
great, bye. See ya.
He probably doesn't even have a mech.
What do you mean he doesn't have a mech?
Well, I'm saying that we broke his other one. We took it. Is that bad? Should we not have done that?
Nope. And you see him just keep climbing. He's scared shitless. Like,
I don't think he's in the grass, Rufus. I don't.
It's Rufus real now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm changing it.
yeah.
Now it's flipping it all. You bring in the bounty hunter.
Yeah, now it's Rufus.
You can tell him Nils Vengeance wants nothing to do with this.
Well, then I guess I'll see you next time. It's just like there's these big footprints, like where the rest of the grass wants to blow around. There's just a couple big holes in the turf. It's like, okay, well, but and Stavren's mind is like, well, yeah, but Rufus is kind of a goofball. It's like, maybe he's afraid for some other reason.
Nope.
It's like that was a little. I found this a little disturbing. I would say it's like I'm still an optimist. Obviously,
there are coincidences, and then there's
my energy is directed toward the future. And so my feeling is that failure is impossible and victory is assured. And the best evidence I have for that is that it's already happened once. And we took all of his shit and sold it. And now maybe he wants... Okay.
And now he knows. Might have taken it a little too far.
Okay, well, I'm just for kicks, I'm gonna go back in and I'm gonna examine the part of the plating that we have very, 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 very well now. Just to see if there's anything in there that that might indicate a transponder or something like this. Is there something about this plate, this technology? Is there anything in there that might indicate? And I'm going to look through it. I'm going to have ZZ come over, and I'm like, I don't think that there's any reason to worry, and that's why I'm not worried.
Did we offload the salvage?
The salvage, yes.
Okay, but we
plate,
kept
no.
the
But
plate.
not the plate.
That was part of the deal.
Exactly. And I'm just going to go over there. I'm going to look. I'm going to get it
There's
sort
just
of
a
like...
red flashing
Yeah,
light
yeah.
inside the...
So as you get it, you do turn it over.
multi-layers.
But you see, it's almost like a filament that's
Like a tracery.
that's on the back side of this piece of armor.
Yeah.
And
wire.
as you start to pull it, it pulls up, and where it would normally be green, it's now just jet black. And it keeps being that same
Color underneath.
midnight color
Yeah.
underneath as you keep pulling back and pulling back and pulling back. And then there's just a glowing red sea bill that's
Underneath.
underneath that.
Everything, even in this, they are tacky.
Yeah, he can't help it. Listen, great taste is always going to succeed. Stavren's like, well, shit.
You're mostly mad about the sea bill
Yeah,
symbol.
it's like for me, it's just it's tasteless. And I'm like, that red sea bill is like so gaudy. I'm like, ugh. Like I feel it in my guts. Like I feel sick when I look at it. Yeah, but I'm gonna get ZZ over, and I'm gonna say this can't tell anybody anything useful or important, right? I mean, it looks stupid.
Roll me a computer's
Well, I
plus
think,
4.
yeah, that's. I think this is more of a Stavren thing.
It
a
could be
software thing,
it could
rather
be, but he's
than-
just doing a gut check.
Yeah.
8 plus 12 here.
So she just knocks at it and takes a. You see her hit it with a screwdriver. It
Oh, just pry up the different layers.
looks like a light to me.
That's even worse. Just a light? I wish that it was. I
probably
wish that
just
it
meant
were a
to-
tracking device.
Meant to fool you.
I would rather be in danger than have something like this. Just let it clatter to the ground. Really? It's just like an underglow. It's just he's got neon drip.
the ground effects.
Christ. It's like I don't want to sell it now because it should be destroyed.
for the sake of mankind.
Yeah, just for aesthetics. Broadly speaking, I said, well, that's a great comfort. All right, I see. So he's had different looks at different times, and there's multiple layers going down into it. My roll was good, but it wasn't great. So it's
Are you going to do a
probably
full breakdown of this piece of armor now, just to make sure?
Yeah, we got to cut like into the center, and we got to pry, like we got to like get in and pry a multi-layer thing. I don't want to screw up the resale value too bad. But ultimately, this is meant to be a trophy internal to the company, so it's fine if it has a little bend or something on the bottom. But yeah, I'm just gonna have ZZ put the helmet down. Sort of pry, like get into the core of this thing, just make absolutely sure there isn't anything freaky in here. Anything freaky deaky.
Yeah. At that same time, you hear over the comms, Commander.
I say, ZZ, this, peel, sensor? And then I'm gonna run up the stairs to the cockpit.
And out of the cockpit, you just see Burnout do this, and you see 5 mechs coming over the horizon.
Are they in
attack pattern?
in attack pattern? Are they in a?
They're just walking like in a line formation.
Are they in 5 distinct colors?
Nope.
Okay. As long as it's not our old nemesis Tiamat.
I love our secret plan is
Everybody knows about this plan. Nobody doesn't know about the plan. All right, so they haven't opened fire on the Calypso.
But you see them getting closer and closer to the Calypso.
Yeah. Well, I'll just try to raise them. Say to unidentified mechs. This is unidentified ship. What do you think about that?
You can see it over the comms. Are you kidding me? What?
Listen.
It's woman's voice over the comm system.
I just got here. I don't really know the rules out here. My initial plan was to hide out here, but I think that everyone else on Solaris has the same plan.
Well, listen, who are you?
It's top secret. Unfortunately, who are you?
I'm Fiona Nash. I run Nash Industries. I'm testing out these mechs. Do you mind getting out off the field?
Oh, listen, understood. Yeah, we can listen. Obviously, we don't want to be an impediment, obviously, to, your project, Ms. Nash. We'll lift off immediately.
But you have mechs. Oh, wait, you have mechs. You have mechs.
Well, maybe. Who can say?
I see one out here.
Well, I didn't go out in a mech.
No, it's
It's Rufus's.
Oh, he ran away. He ran away like on foot?
No. He was just running up into his mech.
Yeah.
He hasn't
okay.
gone anywhere.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not mine. That's Till's Vengeance.
Never heard of Till's Vengeance. I've heard of Zill's Vengeance.
Yeah, they something happened to them.
Splitter.
Yeah.
Splitter group from.
Yeah, something happened to them. These are all new guys.
But do you have any other mechs around?
Probably.
Listen, I can make you a deal right now.
Well, when we're not currently selling mechs, I
don't need to buy mechs. I'm here to test out my equipment. If I had something to test it out on, that would be much more engaging for me and proof for my stakeholders that what we've created.
Oh, that it's legitimate.
Yes, so I could offer you a certain compensation if you were able to.
Give you a run for your money?
One might say that.
Well, yeah, I mean, get your shoes on, lady. The Black Remnant stands ready to consult in these matters.
You couldn't make up a name.
No.
All right.
I mean, Blue Remnant. No, it's the first one.
Taking a page out of Rufus's book.
Yeah, I tried. I tried. His heart's not in it. It's been a very complicated.
You're still wigged out from Rufus just being in the middle of the derelict arena.
Yeah, God only knows what's going to happen
secret
here.
derelict
There's
arena.
going to be a T-Rex coming in from the other side, like time travel. There's going to be knights. Black Knight, maybe. But yeah, I mean, we'll get our dancing shoes on.
All right, how many mechs can you field? I've got 5 here.
I mean, I'm trying to remember, like in the hold, we have our ASP, right?
I mean, everything's pretty much ready to go.
Yeah,
it's all been sim time.
Yeah, exactly, for the most
for
part.
a bit. So
We have a Mongrel, Blood Asp, Timberwolf, the Nova. But the Dragonfire.
You don't gotta have a.
No, the Dragonfire was supposed to be delivered, right?
Yes, it has not been delivered
Exactly.
yet.
I'm trying to think.
And the Flashman is in cold storage back on.
Yeah,
That would be the perfect thing if the mech is delivered to the derelict arena, the sacred derelict arena.
Comes in. Sir,
I need to sign for this.
your battle mech. It's like Grubhub. Everybody keeps coming around, and it's like, oh wait, hold on a second. This is my third grade teacher, Mrs. Norris. Mrs. Norris, what are you doing here? I remember those 2 words in German you taught me. Just comes up out of the grass. But that's our full complement, right? Is those
And do you relay that?
asp? Well, I'm just saying asp.
Yeah,
that's exactly
I'm
what
just trying to make sure.
Yeah,
that,
Timberwolf, the
Mongrel.
Mongrel, the Nova.
I say. Well, I mean, let's if we want it to be a great test, I say we can definitely provide Op4 services
And
at the drop of a hat. But I'm saying let's.
you're saying you have 4 mechs. I see a 5th. Why is there an Atlas? Can we not use the Atlas too?
They're doing like a full deep scan.
Well, I mean, it's right next to your ship. It's not hard to see. It's not hard to miss.
I forgot he drove an Atlas. I thought she was picking up the head inside
no.
the hold.
Oh, no.
I thought she was like doing scans inside the ship.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I mean, I don't know what type of a fight you're gonna get out of.
Listen, I'm willing to offer more money if you can give us a better.
Well, we can give you a full lance. I'm not going to go into the rest of our complement. Just give us the coordinates where you want the test to happen.
Oh, right here. This is the test. These fields are the common testing site.
Fair enough. Well, yeah, so we might want to get the Calypso a little bit away then, I think. Think about everybody like these Gauss rifles.
The first thing she said was, "Move your dumb
exactly.
ship."
Your ship needs to get here. So let's deposit the mechs and get the Calypso.
Yeah, it'll be off field.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe with a little bit of elevation, so that we're just not. It isn't just acting as a pin cushion for random ordnance. But no. So it'll be like a fashion show. We'll walk each of these mechs out one by one. Yeah, exactly.
It's like short circuit when they bring out the robots.
Hey, look at this one. It's very Project Runway.
Okay, and that's a nice compliment you have there.
Yep.
I would offer 2 things: full repair on any damage done,
Oh, full repair.
and 5 million C-bills.
I mean, listen. We just got here, and this planet is already turning up some novel opportunities. So, absolutely. I mean, obviously, 70% of our business is repeat business, and so
Oh, you do this often?
often. And I say, there's a
What other industries have you worked with? What other companies have you worked with that build mechs?
well, not on the building side, on the performance testing side, you might say. We've encountered a lot of hardware in a variety of different configurations. I say, I mean, it could be a one-off, but obviously, we do offer steep discounts for repeat business. So if I can get you on our 3 conflict plan, I'd be willing to settle for, obviously in a consideration like that, 12 million C-bills, but we're talking about 3 distinct engagements, obviously after action reports.
Let's start off with the first one. See if we need to move on to second ones. I'll agree to 12 million if we need to move forward with those.
I say, listen, once you get a taste, I can't think of anything that rhymes with taste.
You'll get a $4 million payout per battle that we have. If we need to progress.
5.
Well, you just said 12 million for 3, so I would easily divide
but
3 matches, and that is 4 million apiece.
Ms. Nash, that
that's
you're
just
talking about there.
If you want this
with
greater
the bulk discount, it's with the bulk discount.
right.
Right, I can't offer you the bulk discount. No, first taste. Let's do 5. On the back end, I'll prorate it. We're going to build it all into one big deal. What do you say?
You can make me a negotiation.
You bet. 8, 9, 10, 11.
That sounds perfectly fine to me. It makes sense.
Stavren inside. Yes. But yeah. So we get everything parted out. Burnout will take his vehicle elsewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he still keeps it on the fields because that's where he wants to stay.
Yeah. He
He
should be able to see what's going on because this could get bad. I mean, apparently, since everyone's here, it could get really bad very fast.
He does. As he mentioned, he didn't want to bring the Calypso back, down to the scrap yards in Bergton.
Fair. Yeah, and anywhere around there because people are on the prowl for scrap. And if they have to turn something into scrap in order to steal it, I think that they're probably willing to do that. And so I'm already thinking about it. It's like, obviously, we have the first 3, but it's like you start moving into the back half. That's when you really start to earn remnant rewards. And then we have a variety of things. There's collectibles.
You succeeded in a negotiation check. And
Let it
now
happen.
You can't.
No. He's not on the microphone. He's trying to come up with the loyalty program, remnant rewards.
That's where we're going to drop down.
Okay. Remnant rewards.
External camera engaged.
Actually, you can set up 6 inches or
on this back hill.
Yep, on the back hill. Let me see. 8 inches on the back hill.
Okay. So we got some good options here. Okay. We got. Can I play the part of Rufus Hill?
Sure. Do you have his atlas?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, he should be, because his atlas is so slow, he should just be as far forward as he can be, right? That'll be fine. Nice. Look, this is very much, do you have a shot of this? This is very much like a big brother, little brother.
Don't ever talk to me.
Yeah, don't talk to me or my mechanized son again. I think is the phrasing there. That's the meme. Oh, thanks, JD. Now, all right, here. So we're right back at it, right? Mm-hmm. It's time to get 5. 7. All right, you beast. All right, so we're basically moving 1 for 1.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then the voice comes over the team comm from Stavren to Roshan. And he says, Mr. Cole, I'd like you to run this operation.
Yes, Commander. So is Roshan in the Timberwolf or the Blood Asp?
It's up to us. I mean, we get to pick, right? We're getting some money. We know who's in the Atlas.
He should be in the Blood Asp, but...
Yeah, and then the Nova is Burnout historically, right?
So who do we in the Timberwolf?
Well,
Well, he just ran in last time in it,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, because Zigzag is going to be whatever...
Zigzag's traditionally in the Nova, so...
Yeah, Burnout would be driving the
T-Wolf.
Timberwolf.
Okay.
That was his old mech.
Oh, back in the day?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, well, there we go. We are ready to roll.
Roshan signals burnout to sprint onto
Just
the flank.
sprint down into the hill.
Yeah. So we'll get, I believe it's 15.
Yeah, it's 1.5 times.
Yeah.
1.5.
Well, here, you're gonna love this, Kiko. How about I put a sprint token right by him? Wow.
That's just a jump.
God, they got some big ones up there. Yeah, and Atlas probably just push.
That's
Oh, that's Rufus.
Mr.
Never mind.
Rufus
Yeah,
Hill.
yeah, Rufus is ready to go. He'll do a sprint as well for 9 inches, if you can possibly believe it.
Supernova sprints.
The mongrel can sprint for 21 inches.
That's what I did in the
In Sim?
simulator. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was behind everyone.
I think that's probably his actual
is
job.
what it's
right?
supposed to
Once the
actually
flank
do.
moves up,
Yeah.
it moves around to Harry.
Roshan orders zigzag into the structures. So that is a
15?
15 sprint. But he wants her to go ahead and get some,
Big brother.
some cover from the Atlas, since she can't make it into the structures.
We'll sprint over here.
Makes sense. Right. This is kind of cool, actually, especially with like the change to like a field commander role, where it's like everyone else has got their orders issued, and now we're together up at the top of the hill. It's pretty smooth. All right. So who's going to break out of here first?
We're going to have the Blood Ass sprint as well. What's long range?
Long range is
36?
24 to 42.
42?
42?
What are we looking at?
Yowza.
Yeah, it's still, like, unless they sprint deeper, there's not much going to happen there.
No, it's-
But you can shoot. It's just a huge penalty, right? Even if it's
Yeah,
beyond
yeah. It's
Four
a
up.
negative. It's
Four up.
Four
Plus
up?
4.
Oof.
for medium and then long range. Yeah, it's.
No, but I mean, like, beyond long range.
Oh.
Is that not possible?
Beyond long range is extreme range at 6 plus.
Okay,
Yeah, I mean,
so-
it's tough. These are tough rolls.
But I'm starting at 2.
No. You have the capability to be a factor under those circumstances for sure. First strike capability.
Let's just go ahead and get down in it.
Just run.
Yeah, so I'm looking at a 12.
Oh, yeah. That's an easy get. Sprint.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, the question for me, it's like they are really consolidating there. Is there any value for me even entering the field yet? I'm not convinced. You know what I mean? Like, as a flanking element, I want to be able to make a decision later. For now, I'm not sure there's any value to me being in the mix, especially since I can get into it so fast. What do you think?
Because your mobility is so strong, I think that you can get from one side of the board
Trivially.
relatively easy. So making a decision now isn't as important as making them see a flanking element
Oh, in place.
or beginning.
Yeah, exactly. So something like this
Yeah.
right here indicates a strong willingness on our part to commit resources. Okay.
You see the Phoenix Hawk just jump behind here.
Right off of the hill.
What's its jump?
12 inches. And, oh no, it
Yeah.
sprints. It sprints.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Same thing.
No, the mongrel's jump is 14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's completely crazy.
Still sprints,
Yeah.
same concept.
It's on its way. Now, that's round one, right?
Yep. And I think that's where we'll call it for the day.
Oh, this is just the calm before the storm? All right. Okay.
This is what we found out in last session is that we're in our sprint era,
Yeah.
and we don't have enough chips for sprinting.
Absolutely. Might have to get the resin printer popping. Or, I mean, the truth is, we have a couple copies of the Alpha Strike box because it's the best value. Best value. It's like when you buy 1,000 Smurf berries.
Yeah.
That's the best value. All right. Well, here, listen. So that means
Next Tuesday.
so next Tuesday when we see you. For another incredible episode of Black Remnant. Now, obviously, every time you come to the stream and enjoy it, you are earning Remnant rewards. It's an incredible value. Obviously, take a look in the catalog, see what types of incredible products you can get. Tabs, 50% off Old Kentucky Dogs. I have a lot of memes we can do here. But
Sauce Fire says Rembucks.
yeah, Ren Bucks, Ren Min Bucks. So listen, it has been our great pleasure to push the story forward. This was a very cool game where we came up with a lot of long-term lore that I think we'll be exploring for a while.
But I hope we didn't just sabotage everything that Eric had planned for the next couple of weeks, because we created some deep foundational
We did.
lore.
I gotta go back and rewatch this episode. Holy shit.
We got to have notes for sure. But the main thing, right, is that we're able to do that because the system allows us to throw in chips and each dungeon master and each create lore. And I think that's why our little corner of the inner sphere has turned out as much fun as it has. So hey, thanks so much for rolling through, everybody. We will see you next Tuesday, where we will play out the rest of this mission. And then don't forget, Saturday, 4 to 6, at PAX Unplugged,
Eastern time.
our second live Black Remnant game. Special surprise guests.
Other
And,
surprises.
and other surprises as well, perhaps. So obviously, make sure that you've installed the Black Remnant app. Make sure you're getting all the Remnant rewards you deserve. And until
you
then,
have to accept all the cookies.
yes, every cookie. The cookies are part of the rewards, idiots. If you don't accept them, anyway, we'll see you next Tuesday.